Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 1 of the Build Your Wealth podcast. My name is Yang Pratt, and it's my great privilege today to introduce you to Nicole Thompson, who is the host and the creator of the podcast. Now, if you don't already know Nicole, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is an online business coach, and she helps you to start successful web stores by showing you the simple steps of where to begin so you can create an additional stream of income right from your home in your spare time. Nicole, I am so excited to be here with you today.
I am so excited to be here with you too, Young. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. So I want to take all of our listeners back, whether they're watching here live on the video or they're going to listen over on the podcast. I'd love for you to share the story of why you wanted to start this podcast now.
I've wanted to do a podcast for over a year now, basically since I started getting into listening to them myself. And it just seems like it's such an easy platform to take with you. You can go on a hike in the woods and still have it in your ear. Yes. You can be in the car. You don't have to be locked into a computer screen. And I really like that you can actually be in people's heads and make your point just from being on the go.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things I love most too about podcasting, because as someone who listens to podcasts as well, I love to take them with me when I travel, when I'm out and I just need, some extra motivation or I need to laugh. Those are always on my phone with me. So if I need a little bit of something, I know it's there. And because you're teaching everyone such valuable skills and helping them to make an additional stream of income from their homes, you better believe I'm going to be listening to that because, I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old, and it would be great for them to start thinking about, other possibilities in this online space. They do a lot with other business owners on the back end of their business. Right. They have not even dived into this particular topic though, and I'm excited for them to listen as well.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize with starting an online business is because it's online, there's not a lot of overhead. It doesn't cost a fortune to start your own business anymore. You've got all the tools right at your fingertips on your laptop or even on your phone. And a lot of people think, if I start my own business, it's going to cost so much money. And it really doesn't. You can start your own business on a shoestring budget and still make a good living at it.
And that's a really, really good point, because as someone who's owned a brick and mortar business, I know the tens of thousands of dollars it takes in the beginning to build out a space, to do marketing, to do a website, to do all those things. And when I transitioned out of the brick and mortar into an online space, it was amazing how little I had to expend a month in order to get, equal sort of returns. It was wild.
Right. And with that online business as well versus the brick and mortar, you don't have to have the inventory. You don't have to have the space. There's so many print on demand options. There's so many just drop ship options that you can sign up for and not have to ever even touch the merchandise. And I think a lot of people worry, I don't have the space. I don't have the time. You can do this in your spare time. You don't have to dedicate 10, 15 hours a day to it. You can do it in a couple hours a day.
Ooh, that's sounding even better, Nicole. Sign me up, definitely, because at those times when I'm, looking for something else to do, this would definitely fit into those times when it's like, if it's a couple hours, it's totally a doable thing for not only myself, but anyone who is listening.
Absolutely.
If they have a couple hours in their week, and they know that if they invest a little bit of time with you, that on the other side of that, they could have a business that maybe someday will take over their regular 9-to-5 kind of job.
Exactly. And that's the goal of what I teach, is to get people with these big dreams to start to realize them, to stop building somebody else's dreams and start creating a wealth of their own.
Ah, so good. Can you tell me who you made this podcast for?
This podcast is for the dreamers, the people who have always had that in the back of their mind that they're meant for something bigger. They're meant for something more than lining their boss's pockets to build somebody else's business up. The people that maybe they have an idea of something that they want to create, but they don't know where to get started, or they think it's going to be too hard.
Oh, so good. I love that you said it's for the dreamers.
Yes.
Because I'm one of those dreamers, and I know there are lots of them in the world who have that desire to want to do something more. They're just not sure what it is. And you're giving them an actual step-by-step option on how to make that happen. So I want to commend you for stepping up and saying, you know what, this is what I've built, and now I want to show you how to do it too, because I know how it can change your life.
Exactly. I want these dreamers to all know, every dreamer out there needs to know it's possible. You can do it. I don't work for anybody else anymore. I have my company that pays my bills, and that's what I do every day. I live by my rules, and I want other people to be able to do that. I want my kids to know that they don't have to do the things that their boss, they don't have to punch a clock, you know? It's so huge to me to be able to pass this on to the upcoming generations and to not have to be concerned about an economy tanking or, you know, just things not going right, getting laid off. I don't want people to have to deal with that anymore. And to be able to show them the way that it's really not that hard. It takes time and dedication, but you can do it.
And that's even better. I mean, just knowing that they have you now to listen to when they're on the go, to have you inspire them and share your story of what you've been able to create and the freedom that you've created in your own life that you're now wanting others to experience as well. It's a beautiful thing.
It's something that I didn't even realize how much I wanted to help other people to be able to do that. And by being able to reach out and show people how to do this, it's so invigorating for me.
Yeah, I can definitely hear it in your voice that you're so excited and you're so passionate about helping others. And, you know, we're coming to the end of the first episode, so I want to make sure that the listeners know when they can expect to hear from you on the podcast.
New episodes are going to be released Tuesday mornings every week, so they'll have that in their inbox. And I'm going to try to eventually add on a couple times a week, but for starters, we're going to start with once a week.
Awesome. Tuesday mornings. That sounds amazing. And now I know that you have submitted your podcast to all these different platforms. It does take a little while for them to approve you and put you on their live. So until that happens, where can everybody watching or listening on the podcast, where can they connect with you?
You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram name is NicoleThompson.now. And I'm happy to answer any questions. If you want to connect with me, just shoot me a DM, and I'm happy to talk to you about any of your dreams.
Amazing. Well, Nicole, I so want to thank you for your time and for the honor of being here to interview you for your very first episode of the Build Your Wealth podcast.
Thank you so much, Young. It's been a pleasure to talk to you too, and I really appreciate the interview.
Absolutely. And thank you all for tuning in live or listening on the podcast. My name is Yang Pratt, and I've been here with Nicole Thompson, and you've been listening to the Build Your Wealth Now podcast. Cheers, everybody.